was no carrying 2 guns on your back, no triple carrying in general. It was gun on your back, gun in your hands, and if you had enough room in your backpack, you could put one there as well. This, by the way, is one of the guns that might be coming back into DayZ very soon. Looking back on this game now, I honestly don't know how we played it for so long. VSD just sitting here. 60 round magazine. Ah, I don't know, just something about it. Sounds the same, sounds a bit more beefier. The amount of times I have gotten sniped from that stupid ATC tower is mind-blowing. Oh my god, the AUG. Right, this did have a custom sound. Wow, this truck had some speed to it as well. Today we're back with a new video, and in today's one we're doing something completely different. We are on a alpha build of DayZ standalone. So the current build of DayZ I am playing is DayZ 0.62. Now I am playing this in offline mode, so we're more than likely not going to run into anybody, as it is, you know, only us. But over the last week there were some modders that are going to be launching a DayZ 0.62 server that everybody can play on. Now, it's going to be only up, I think, for about a weekend. It's going to be very, very exclusive. I'm going to be playing it when it comes out, and hopefully we'll get into some gunfights, maybe even some interaction and all that good stuff. But what I wanted to do in this video is just kind of show you what DayZ used to be like way back in the alpha days. This is the last version of alpha before the engine was swapped and we got the game that we have today. I personally have not played this version of DayZ since it was, you know, officially released all the way back in, God, I can't even remember what year it was, like 2014 or something like that. So for me right now, this is really hitting me in the feels. Me and my brother, who you've seen in plenty of videos before, used to play this game constantly. And to be able to be, you know, here playing this game once again is pretty cool. Oh, got a zombie problem. Oh. Okay, not sure what's happening. Oh. Jesus, okay. Whoa. Okay, ooh. This is so clunky. Oh my god. Okay. Put the gun away. Try and bandage before everybody comes over. I've aggroed the place quite a lot, so we try and get out of here. I think I'm stopped bleeding. No, I'm still bleeding. Oh my god. I need to go and try and find some bandages or something, but as you can tell, this game is quite clunky. This is what DayZ used to be like for us alpha players back in the day. Oh, we got the IZH shotgun. Nice. Was that a Mosin? It's amazing. Oh yeah. Wow. I forgot about that. We could only have one gun on our shoulder. There was no carrying two guns on your back, no triple carrying in general. It was gun on your back, gun in your hands, and if you had enough room in your backpack, you could put one there as well. I am still bleeding, so I'm trying to get over here as fast as I can. A lot of the areas you'll see around the place are also changed. Got some M4 parts there, but no actual M4. The clunkiness of this game, it might feel a bit weird. It's making me, honestly, just a little bit motion sick. I think the FOV is not helping as well. But it was all so different to the game that we play nowadays. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, close. Nice. Need to try and find bandages, like, really quickly. That is not a bandage. Everything has changed as well. So, the way you aim your gun like you do now doesn't work the way it used to back in the alpha. You used to raise your gun with spacebar. You used to jump with V on your keyboard instead of using spacebar to jump. So it was all very backwards. I think I might die of blood loss. Which wouldn't be the end of the world, but... all the NBC gear was still here. At this time, it had no use. NBC gear didn't have a use in DayZ until... Point 1.14 came out at the end of last year. The way you interact with things in game as well is weird, like opening cans of food or stuff like this. You actually have to like right click on everything and then give it an action of what to do and stuff. Very odd. The old cereal boxes. This is insane. And now my game is actually running kind of well because it's on an SSD. But back in the day, SSDs, number one, I don't think were as popular. What is the button to crouch? Oh yeah, X is to crouch, okay. Back in the day, SSDs weren't as popular and they were a lot more expensive than they are nowadays. So a lot of people didn't have SSDs. So we always used to run our games on hard drives, which does impact, especially with DayZ, it impacts the game quite a lot. Look at that. The Derringer. Look at that. This, by the way, is one of the guns that might be coming back into DayZ very soon. The animations and stuff are kind of nearly all there for it. If I empty this, is there any ammo in it? Oh. No ammo in it. But I'm going to keep that. I'm going to be dying soon of blood loss because I can't find the knife. But still pretty cool. The entire inventory system was different. Like everything was different. A lot of stuff changed when the new version of the game came out. I'm going to use this just to stitch myself up. It's going to give me an infection, but best thing I can kind of do right now. Am I still bleeding? No longer bleeding. Okay. Yes, and it used to tell you there was no icons. It used to tell you down the oh shit. It used to tell you down the bottom left if you were bleeding or cold or stuff like this. This is how you knew what you were doing. Oh, I'm also starving. I need to eat, so I'm gonna take the cereal to my hands and eat all. Oh, and as well, it's also another thing that changed when the newest version of the game came out. When I went to the new engine. If I drink, can't drink and move, can't eat and move. You have to stay in position while drinking or eating. Ah, the payday mask. These used to be in DayZ Alpha versions. It was taken out when it released to the stable version that we know today. But these used to be in the game all the time. They were so cool. They were such cool masks. There was different variations as well. The Red 9. Holy shit. This is another one of the guns that used to be in the Alpha. It used to be a pistol. And it took, I don't know if it had a mag or it took ammo through a like a quick change system, but it was still cool nonetheless. I'm gonna try and see if we can keep that on us. Yeah, we can. We have space. Looking back on this game now, I honestly don't know how we played it for so long. There was also no vaulting either, so you just kind of had to run up to like fences and stuff and hope your character jumped them. You could only jump those small ones, but like the big ones that we can vault nowadays, that wasn't a thing. So I think we've had enough of Berenzino for right now. I think we will head... I kind of want to head up north and show you Northwest Airfield. I think that would be the best thing to do. It is a really, really cool area and totally different to what we have now today as well. So I think that is where we will head. The Magnum definitely felt a hell of a lot more powerful in .62 anyway, that is for certain. ACOG there, ooh, M4 mag. Oh yeah, you couldn't spin things either like you can now in DayZ, so whatever way the stuff was in your inventory was the way you had to take it. I remember that. I really don't know how we played this game for so long. Like going back to it now, it is just... yeah. A lot of memories, but I definitely still think we're better off with the one we have today. There's an AK there. I'm not going to take it though. Yeah, Magnum was powerful. And here we are, just outside of a place I haven't been to or seen since this update became official. Wow, the pump shotguns. Here's another gun that could come back into DayZ very soon, which would be the pump shotgun. Pistol pump shotgun. It's meant for police stations and stuff, so another cool gun. It was very useful in places like Cherno, for example. MP5. Oh, what the f... Did not realize that could actually fit on that. Wow. I don't know if there was a way to actually change... There was no pressing R to reload back in these days. Like, I love the new Northwest Airfield that we have nowadays. It's really good. I mean, a lot of people would probably agree. It is a really, really nice airfield. But there's something about this airfield. It might be just the memories and, you know, playing it for so many years. You know, the nostalgia, but there's just something about this airfield. Like, when you go to Northwest Airfield now, I've been playing this game for so long that Northwest doesn't really scare me, if that makes sense. But this airfield used to terrify me. Anytime I used to come near it, now I was nowhere near good at PvP. I was very bad at the game in general back in these days. But there was something about when you get to Northwest Airfield where you zone in and you were terrified at the same time. Because you knew there was at least going to be somebody here and they weren't going to be friendly. Oh my god, I forgot about all that. The zombies that were on the... bloody thing. So, for example, when opening a tin of food, I should have a knife somewhere. Yeah. I had to drag it over and then open the canned spaghetti and then eat all spaghetti. Very different times. I remember when they changed that and changed how to load magazines to what we know today. That the first time I tried to load, I think it was an MP5 magazine, I didn't know how to load it. It took me ages to actually try and figure out how to load a magazine. So in this airfield, you actually can find guns and ammo and stuff spawned in these areas. M4 mags everywhere. Sometimes you can actually find M4s themselves, but like, look, there's an AK. It's an AKM? An AK-74 or something? VSD just sitting here. Do you imagine DayZ nowadays where that's just sitting on the ground? It's mental. And the zombie sounds as well were definitely a lot more creepier, especially when you're trying to sneak or do stuff like that in this version of DayZ. If you're playing this game by yourself at night and you hear these zombies like roaring and stuff, it was something about it. It was definitely different. Oh. Yeah, and your aim when you're out of stamina and stuff done a figure of 8. Okay, so tents is down here. This area is roughly the same, but there is obviously some buildings like these now that are gone. Another Derringer there. So we'll go in here, try and find an M4. This is where you would usually find your M4. Hey, look, there we go. M4, get rid of that MP5, we don't need it anymore. Now I need a gun cleaning kit and stuff for this, but all stuff we can find. Add as an attachment, add the ACOG as an attachment, add my 60 round magazine. Ah, I don't know, just something about it. Oh yeah, so another thing. In this version of DayZ, I don't know why it hasn't been added back since, but if your scope was damaged, your ACOGs or whatever, they would actually, the glass would be broken. Depending on the damage, your glass would be more broken and stuff. Always something I liked. Now, in this version of DayZ as well, you actually can't, you only have the ACOG when you can't use the iron sights on top like you can nowadays. There's no swap animations or feature or anything like that. That came with the new engine. Another M4. M4s used to spawn like crazy up here. And for a lot of you console players who probably never played DayZ until it came out in console, you know, this version of the game you might never have seen before. We will fire this AK in a minute, or M4 in a minute. M4 still sounds the same. Suppressed anyway. As of unsuppressed. Oh. Sounds the same. Sounds a bit more beefier. You have an ATC kind of right in the center of the airfield where people used to love sit and camp. You had the fire station right in front of us that people also used to love and camp up in the tower. And then you had out behind it a load of military barracks and hangars where people used to love to, you know, loot up and stuff. The amount of times I have gotten sniped from that stupid ATC tower is mind-blowing. I'd be running towards Lapatino and I'd just instantly dead, black screen, and I'd be like, where did I get sniped from? And it was only like years later I'd actually kind of realized that, oh wait, yeah, people were probably sitting in the ATC tower and me probably running out in the middle of a field in direct sight of that ATC tower probably wasn't the smartest idea. Well, these early alpha versions of DayZ definitely did have some character to them. Were they good? Game-wise, no. You know, I think everyone would kind of admit that. This versions of the game were not very good. You know, it was super clunky. It ran like crap if you had it on a hard drive. It just didn't run very well. You know, the combat system for me personally was pretty awful, but there was something about it at the end of the day. So Myshkino tents should be here. They're in roughly the same area, but the landscape around it has changed quite a bit, where people would snipe from these hills. It is foggy as well, which is a bit annoying, but they would literally just sit in these trees and just camp these tents constantly. Again, this is another spot where me and my brother would play, and we would be petrified going in here. I mean, absolutely petrified. And at the time, I didn't really know the map. Neither of us really did. Now looking back on it, we were probably a little bit too scared. But it was kind of DayZ back then. It was the joys of it. Oh my god, the AUG. Holy crap. Oh my god. The AUG A1. Completely forgot that was in this game. This site was bloody awful, by the way. It was bloody awful. The one we have nowadays is a lot more better. But yeah, there was no AUG A3. We only had the AUG A1. It could fit M4 mags and take M4 suppressors, but that was it. Madness, this. My brother, back in the day, clutched up amazingly with the AUG. And I don't even think it was in the .6 days. I'm nearly certain it was before it. I don't think he has the video. If he does, I'd love to be able to show it to you, and I might try and find it with him. But I don't know if he has it. This also as well, by the way, the V3S, this was one of the ones with no back on it. There was another one that had a back that you could fit, I think, up to like 6 people in or something. It was kind of crazy. The truck has everything in it, by the way, so we might go in this in a second. I'm going to kill a few more zombies with this suppressor off. That's right, this did have a custom sound. I'm now certain vehicles were not as bad as they were nowadays. Try to see if I can get into the thing. Oh, maybe because I have the gun. Is it because I have the gun in my hand? Might be. Hang on. Yes. So you couldn't have a gun in your hand. Close driver's door. Engine on. Might do this in third person. Oh, the old gear change sounds. Oh my god. As far as I remember, cars were very stable in these versions of DayZ because it was running on the old Arma 2 engine. So obviously that had been proven that cars were fairly decent. And when the new engine swap came out and they obviously swapped to a brand new engine, they became worse. But hopefully that's going to be fixed very soon. You can even actually see, I think it's called the prop shaft or the drive shaft down below, spinning as well. Just a little detail, but still cool nonetheless. Wow, this truck had some speed to it as well. Bit of history of something that happened when me and my friend were playing one time, And we were running up this way. We were running towards Pavlovo town. And we were running... I was over here. This isn't even before Pine 6 now. This was really early build of DayZ. And for whatever reason, maybe my PC couldn't handle it, or I think the game just ran like absolute shit back in the day. We got into a gunfight around here, and I remember it's here because I remember this little, you know, piece of a building that's left. And we got into a fight. And as soon... I had an AK. And as soon as I went to aim my gun, game froze. Completely froze. And that was it. I couldn't do anything about it. Game froze, and then the guys killed us instantly. And it annoyed me so much and made me so angry that I think I rage quit for the rest of the day. And didn't play again because it annoyed me so much. So yeah, little things like that used to happen in game. That would really ruin the experience sometimes. But thankfully we had more good situations than bad ones. Yes. Oh my god, I didn't think this part was going to be here. So I'm kind of teleporting around the area trying to get all the good parts. This is the way we used to walk in. So if you got an electro spawn, or just spawn just outside Cherno, you would run in this way to actually get into the city. Wow, yeah, I completely remember. And there used to be, back when the loot explosions were a thing in DayZ, there used to be some military huts over this direction. I'm going to check them in a minute, but I think they might be... that might have been in an older patch. But you would go there and you would find AK-74s, the baby AKs, all the ammo and weapons you would need, and be able to just get geared and just gun everyone down in the city. It was really fun though when those loot explosions were around. I'll teleport around to try and find it again. Because it gave people like me, who didn't really have much experience in getting good weapons, a chance to actually use these weapons. Actually, no, the hut is still here. Okay, all this was added at some stage. It all used to be pretty empty. But here, like on this step, there would just be loot. It'd be AKs, AK-74s, AK mags, FNX pistols, MP5s, you name it. It was insane. You would walk over here, hit tab, and your game would freeze for 10 seconds while I tried to load everything in. It was mental. It was mental. That lasted for, I think, a full patch, and then they fixed it again, and you had to go back to try and looting everything again. But it was fun while it lasted because, again, like I said, it just gave new players like me a chance to be able to, you know, get some kind of half-decent guns. I think that's where we're going to leave this video for today. It was really cool to come back on and play this version of DayZ once again. Again, that DayZ server is going to be live this weekend. If they do want me to link it, it'll be linked in the description and the first comment down below. So if you want to join up, you can do. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below yourself. It's really cool to see. It brings back so many memories. I'm remembering gunfights in certain areas and people we met and all this. It was great. But yeah, until then, I should catch you guys in the next video. So peace out for now.